So I'm just going to do a walkthrough of our apartment and then do a loop around the block. So this is my room, and Sasha's sleeping right now, but here's the living room, and the ferret cage, and our kitchen. And we are moving out at the end of May, and right now it's mid-April, so I just wanted to do a little loop around the block to kind of have this vloggy record of living in Charleston. Just gonna adjust the aperture. Alright, so what are we at? 8, that's fine. A bit desaturated, but... Alright, I'll just have to kind of manually focus as we go. So this is 1550 Acacia Street, and we are in West Ashley, Charleston. And it's called West Ashley because there's the Bubmobile, the Mazda, and it's called West Ashley because it's west of the Ashley River. So I'm gonna take us on a walk that I do. Where's the mic so I can cover it and kind of act as a manual wind cut. I don't know where it is. Okay, so yeah, I do this walk every single day, pretty much during my lunch break, and it's been really nice. I'll take my time, but you know, this house was renovated pretty much when we moved in. We're in the rear unit there. And I feel like taking this walk every day has been really nice in terms of just awareness of my surroundings, kind of following exercises from Austin Wade Smith's digital animism workshop, which included a kind of bot which would prompt you to take note of your surroundings. There's a lady that lives here that I'll say hello to pretty often. And just as a way to kind of notice changes, Charleston is gentrifying extremely quickly. By a 2018 report, we were the #1 fastest gentrifying city in the country. So with downtown development increasing, a lot of people are being pushed to suburbs like West Ashley. We're a 15-minute drive from downtown. Right here, this house, we got some free stuff from there. A white couple recently moved out, and the house is for sale now. I would say in general, our neighborhood is majority black, but I think that's changing, and even in the 9 or 10 months that we've lived here, it's mid-April now, and we moved here last August 2020. We've seen a lot of buildings change, get renovated, black families move out, and white families move in. So maybe in the future this will be interesting to look at as a document of the change in this neighborhood, which obviously Sasha and I are, complicit in, although I feel like I try to mitigate that by knowing my neighbors and volunteering at the Pink House down the block. This house right here is pretty cool. There's kind of double parking in the driveway where people hang out, and yesterday was DMX passed away, and there are always people in the driveway here kind of playing music, and they were playing some DMX. This house over here, apparently according to Skyland, who I was with yesterday for a rave salon thing, said that their anarchist friend used to live here, and the house has been in kind of this condition for a while, maybe 2 weeks or so. This house was always kind of like hot with people on the driveway, mostly white folks around my age, and apparently there was attempted arson, so the back of the building is blackened and burnt. Right, and there's a car, as you can see in the driveway. In one of my conversations with Reverend King from the Pink House, I think she mentioned knowing that anarchist guy, and he was maybe an in-between for a white supremacist in the neighborhood who may or may not have been responsible for trashing the blessing box. This house here was also recently renovated. They've been working on it for several months. I don't think new people have moved in yet. So some of these houses I know better than others. Right now, you'll see the kind of ditch on the side of the street is cleaner than usual. There's usually a lot of trash here. But as you can see, it's quite residential and quiet. All single family homes. A few of them are subdivided into 2 or 3 units, but they're all single story. Yeah, so you can see some trash here. Pretty much every day I notice different pieces of trash. This one's been here for about 3 weeks, and kind of taking note of when they appear. This house has been kind of blocked off for a while. There's a truck in the driveway right now that says it's a sweeping service, but there are several houses like this that, probably the city considers like blighted spaces. And I don't know if there's any incentive to developing them made by the city. This house is the exact same building as our house across the lot, which is kind of a mirror. They must have been built at the exact same time. In general, our block, I feel like it's like a medium level of hot in terms of, I don't know, like just hearing loud arguments and then, police cars, like maybe once or twice a month. This is this big kind of empty lot right behind our house where I think people hang out at night because there's always kind of fast food, trash, and beer cans on the side of the road the morning after a hang. Yeah, I think talking to Reverend King over the months of living here at the Pink House has given me an idea of the kind of black youth in the neighborhood who will hang out at night and oftentimes vandalize the Pink House's kind of free food distribution area. And I'll also see graffiti around. One of them says free sporty. Another one said something about, being anti-snitch. Another one says A-cab. This house I've always been curious about. They have a cool workshop in the backyard and a lot of banana plants and surfboards and kayaks, and they're always kind of working on stuff, and I feel like they're probably a kindred spirit. Their backyard has some personality. This house is cool with this orange car I pass by every day. This is where this lady lives who takes care of the cats in the neighborhood, and you'll usually see like 4 cats chilling on top of the car. Oh, there's one on the recycling bin. She leaves out food, maybe milk for them. But she kind of stewards the street cats, and I think it's maybe to some people's dislike, but especially Sasha, because the ferrets got coccidia, which she believes came from cat poop, carrying that bacteria. So we're coming up now on the intersection of Locust Street and Juniper Street. I'm gonna take a right turn. Sometimes see people coming in and out here. I feel like of the houses that I walk by around lunchtime, like 25% of them or 50% of them I've seen like kind of activity of people getting dropped off in a car, etc., and then the rest of them are quiet and maybe unoccupied. Or maybe just I'm not coming at the right time of day, but I feel like I've waved pretty much to every resident in this block radius by this point. This house I've waved to the lady many times. She's like, and I'm always kind of interested in her window here. There's a balloon, a red balloon that says love, kind of like stuck behind the blinds. I think this house always has like TV boxes on the curb. Like I swear they've gotten like 5 TVs in the past 6 months. Yeah, it's interesting also seeing people's like trash. This house back here is interesting because the person always parks right there, kind of on the side of the house, and uses the side of the house as the main entrance rather than the front door. Seen her come out of the house. Over here, there's kind of an abandoned bicycle. You'll see kids biking around. There's a white kid biking down the street right now. We saw a black young teenager on roller skates yesterday, which I've never seen before. Never seen anyone on roller skates. You'll oftentimes see grown adults riding kids' bikes. I feel like that's something I've seen a lot in Charleston. And now we're looping back to our house. This house across the street used to be pretty rowdy when we moved in. There would always be like 5 or 6 cars double parked. There was a basketball hoop. They would do fireworks, and people always kind of chilling, smoking cigarettes or cigars on the stoop. But then they all moved out, and then this kind of I think these 2 white women moved in, or 1 white woman, and they've been doing a lot of renovation work. I think like over the past few months they've probably gutted the house by this point. So yeah, that brings us back home. We're going to be moving out at the end of May, traveling throughout the summer, and then moving back to New York in September. But it's been really nice to live here. Rent is $900 a month, which you can't complain about. There's the banana plant that I've had pretty much since moving to Charleston, and 2 of the branches broke. Sasha insisted I take it outside and take it out of my room to let it thrive in the summer or spring heat, but also because the ferrets kept trying to get into the soil.